There you go. Welcome back. Welcome, 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 welcome. Our next guest is a public access producer at BronxNet and joins us for a look at her show and training experiences. She does it all right here. We welcome Kitty Rose to the show. Kitty, high five.
Hey.
Boom, boom, low five.
Yes.
Hey, what does that say on your arm there?
Well, even though we are in the Bronx, I am Brooklyn Divine.
All right,
Yeah.
Brooklyn's in the Bronx.
Even though my
Bronx
kids
strong.
say you should stop telling people you from Brooklyn, because I've been in the Bronx now 19 years.
You're from the Boogie Down Bronx now.
Okay.
Tell us about
yeah.
yourself.
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that. Well, I'm Kitty Rose, and as you mentioned, I am an access producer here at BronxNet. I am in my 3rd season of producing and starring in my show called The Movement Natural Sessions. But besides that, you know, I'm a minister, so I use my ministry as a way to share my message or the message on public access television, changing the matrix of programming of what it is that we are
So when people
given.
tune into you, what are they watching?
What are they watching? They are watching similar to us, a raw, candid conversation between a couple or more, but most of the time 2 folks, where we're not just having the conversation, but we're actually providing the solutions. We're providing the what now.
Solutions to problems.
Solutions to life.
community problems,
I don't even
life.
want to say problems. I think the problem is that we look at life as problems and not just things that happen in life, which is
fair
just
enough.
what life experiments, if you could say, instead of the word problems. So what we do is we have these open conversations about life experiments, and then in that we find solutions in making people feel like they're not alone in
Gotcha.
what they're going through.
That's a new way of looking at it because
I think so.
you hear commercials on TV and hear them on radio. They always come up with a problem and then a solution. Problem, solution, problem, solution. Those were always working hand in hand
Right.
for us. Like, if you suffer from nasal congestion, try Dristan. Here's a problem. You
but
have the
you see
congestion,
how-
but here's Dristan that will open up your nasal passages.
And then you see how the side effects are in the fine print.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
instead of, so
Now,
our
that's for all
side
that other crazy medicine that they talk
right,
about.
but our side effects are in your face.
They're in your face,
out loud,
right there.
Like, okay, this is what's going to happen. But when it happens, this is what you can do.
That's right. Solution to the immediate
Yes,
problem
the what
at
now,
hand. The
yes.
problem at hand.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like the new thing now is having the conversation, which I think is ideal that I came on today's show
Yeah.
because your earlier guest was providing the solutions. And that's what my show does is we're not just having the conversation. Like, we're past that. Like, what now? Okay, we know this. We know that. What do we do?
And do you have follow-ups? Because a lot of people say, all right, let's do this.
You know-
and then they do that and then it fades out.
I
It's like a
do,
New Year's resolution.
and I don't.
People, they come up with a New Year's resolution in a couple of weeks or a couple of months into however long it takes. It kind of fades out and they're like,
I do and I don't, because most of the guests, by the time my age group of guests ranges, but most of my guests are 40 plus, so we are already at a stage where the Lightbulb Moment has happened. So there really isn't a follow-up because they're at a place where at that moment they don't mind sharing their story because they have learned to be accountable and they've learned to move forward. So there is really no follow-up because initially that initial conversation is where I'm getting that story at and what's healing for the folks out
and they
there.
get empowered right there.
Right then and there.
Right there. And
Yeah.
they stay charged up, powered
I
up.
think so. That's been the feedback so far from the folks that are watching the show.
Well, we got to tune in and check this out. Look at that.
Which is one of the reasons why I came back on. I wanted to come on open because BronxNet does such great programming, and my show comes on a little late, so I wanted to introduce my show to your audience.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. So when are you on next?
I'm on every Wednesday at 11 p.m. and then we repeat again Thursdays at 12 a.m. So I'm around. I can cater to your age group, but my conversations sometimes are a little racy. So because of how detailed BronxNet is, we've decided to come together and program it for the late night audience.
All right, and now we're on Manhattan Neighborhood Network.
Yes.
Manhattan Neighborhood Network is
And I
carrying
am
us right
also-
now.
and I'm also
Big up
on
to
that
everybody
show.
tuning in and checking that out too.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you.
I'm on
Appreciate
Manhattan
you, too.
Network on Tuesdays.
Oh, yeah?
Which is another great asset of being a BronxNet community producer. Because once I got my training on BronxNet, then I was able to now submit my shows to the other public access channels as well. So I just got picked up for the fall for Eminem, and I've been on the HD channel also as well.
And you've been around for a while now. You did some
Yeah,
things
yeah.
with MTV and
Yes.
LL Cool J, Barbara Tucker, and Maxwell.
Yes.
Talk about it.
Well, you know, I might look like I'm 20, but I'm not. So yeah, I've been around for a minute, but you know, I mean, and that's why my show on some level has been successful, because most of my guests has been people that I've known over the last 20 years. So not only is the show inviting, but there's a trust level that they have because they've known me almost 20 years.
Yeah.
You know.
You're not that old.
You know, they say black don't crack.
So what inspired you to do what you do on TV? I mean, you're a dancer. You've
Right.
done a lot of things on MTV and for LL Cool J and all those other artists in the business. What inspired you to come on TV?
Two things. My ministry, really, I wasn't aware. Being in the entertainment industry, you don't know necessarily where your life is going to take you. I became a minister at 10, but then got detoured when I got in the industry. I became a dancer, became a model, and I
you
got
saw a lot of things
distracted.
coming
And I
through
saw
that.
some things come
Yeah.
through, and I got distracted. But then I became a mom, and I became a wife, and then I had to change how I was doing business and how I wanted to represent myself. So just in the transitions of life and the involvement of things that's happening, one of the things as a Bronx resident, I never took advantage of anything in the Bronx. So when I took the class here at BronxNet to get my training as a field producer, I was trying to figure out, well, how do I combine my ministry, my art, with what I've learned at BronxNet?
Oh, yeah, you're putting it all together?
And I put it all together. So I figured, you know what better platform than television, and using that as a medium to kind of break barriers and share this different kind of ministry that is Kitty Rose.
And that's the first thing she did when she sat down. She said, "Where are these cameras at?
Yes.
Where's my photographer?"
Because you got to be your own publicist. You have to be your own, manager. You have to still put in the work to let your message be known. You can hire folks to do it, but you have to learn
That's
and,
right.
and
Nobody
still
will do it
apply
better
those
than you.
things. No, sir.
You brought some notes. Did you use any of those notes yet?
I did not.
Oh, what do you have there?
Well, I wanted to talk about some of the shows to kind of give a viewpoint, but
You
one
got
show
1
in
minute.
particular.
They
Well,
just held up a 1 minute sign.
so a lot of the guests that's been on the show has been on other BronxNet shows, like Open, and one of my favorite shows is with Nadege Patel, who's your co-star for Paris Blues in Harlem. But she
That's
talked
been picked
about
up in Philadelphia.
That's been picked up,
Yeah.
yes.
You know about it?
But the beautiful thing about it is that her story, because now she's this big-time director, actress, but her story on my show was the transition of getting to that point because her son said to her, "You're just a mom." And when that light bulb happened, like, I'm just a mom because I'm going to PTA and running around. Wait, I'm more than that.
I'm taking care of your tail.
But I'm more than that.
I'm more than that.
And now now she has 3 films in festivals, and she got you to co-star in a movie with her. So that's what the show is about. The show is about that light bulb moment, and now when we get it, moving forward.
Beautiful. Where can we go to get more information on what you're doing?
Please go to my YouTube channel. That is the biggest
The
place.
YouTube.
The YouTube channel. My channel is Miss Kitty Rose 1. MSKITTYROSE, the number
Say
1,
it again.
all one word.
Say it again.
MSKITTYROSE, the number 1, all one word. Check that out. But Wednesdays on BronxNet at 11 o'clock, and Thursdays at 12 a.m. That's when you can catch me.
There you go. Give a big round of applause, everybody. Yes, indeed. Kitty Rose, the Kitty Rose lifestyle.
Yes.
Kitty Rose lifestyle. Thank you.
Thank you.
And come back again, okay?
Don't say that
And I'm going to come
twice.
on your show, too.
Please.
All right.